Hi guys, today we're drawing Paelias from the Howling Owl series, the one where we run a brothel. It's, in the name, a brothel, Howling Owl, that's all good. And we're drawing Paelias. Did I say that already? I can't remember. Anyway, while I was sketching out this guy, I had a few things in mind. Just kidding, my head is always empty. He wanted cape, I gave him cape. And he wanted, sleeves, so I gave him cape sleeves. It's a new thing, I'm trademarking it. If you come out with cape sleeves, I'm going to sue you. I'm sorry, just don't come out with it. It's my 2023 drop, my merch drop. We're making cape sleeves, and if you don't like it, I can't help you. You're on the wrong channel if you don't like cape sleeves. We're giving him bondage suspenders, so what's a bondage suspender, you're asking me? I'm glad you're asking me. But you could also say, hey, how are you? It's been a while. You don't always have to come over to my house and ask me, hey Sean, what are bondage sleeves? Sleeves? Suspenders. I don't know what they are, but you're looking at them. Let's move on from the bondage suspenders, because there's a lot more I want to talk about in this design. So I wanted to take a page out of the book of the great designers and ask myself, why? Why do I put this there? Why do I put this there? And then the last question, and I don't know if you can guess it, is why do I put this there? Now, you could say, Sean, what are you talking about? And I will tell you. When creating a character, you want to figure out what do you want to highlight about the character. You didn't think we were actually going to get somewhere with this point, but I got you. What about this character do we want to highlight? Well, this character moves, so if this character were to move, what would that look like? Well, the cape flows in the wind with a long, long cave, and then the sleeves are tucked in under the golden other sleeves made of gold that I have no clue what they're called, but oops. He uses magic. So highlight the hands. How do we highlight the hands if he has such like a... Oops, sorry. I got the hiccups. That's bad. Okay, we want to highlight the hands. How do we highlight the hands? Give him gold around give him like a nice gold. So if he casts magic, we go right to his hands and it breaks up his silhouette because the rest of his silhouette is so dark and purple. When we get to coloring, you'll know what I'm talking about. We're still in the, line art phase. And we already started with a pre-drawn sketch because I don't want to think. So I don't. It's as simple as that. These hands, Remy Ratatouille would approve. Don't ask me about Remy. It's been a while. He's not returning my calls. If you see him, can you tell him I'm calling? I'm really scared. It's been 2 weeks. His family's worried. We gotta move on. I can't spend this entire video talking about Remy. So, you see those little things? His big sleeves go into those things, and his sleeves are connected to his, what do you call it, a cape? Yeah. It's gonna be gold, it's gonna be amazing, and you're gonna be able to see when his hands do spells. Let's move on to his lower half. I gave him light pants and a light shirt, so you could sort of see his, torso and legs in this big dark coat. Nope, not coat, it is a cloak. Cloak is closer. Cloak is closer. So we're sort of breaking up elements of the design here. Imagine, where else would you go for such a crackpot... Is that a spider? No. Where else would you go for such a crackpot explanation on how to do character design with such a low grade level of humor? Only here. Let me get back to what I was talking about, because my brain is going 300 miles an hour and I have no control over this train that I call my thoughts. I'm giving him a little purple gradient, and I think it's cute. I think this design is so cute. I only draw cute characters, and old men apparently now, and I'm okay with it. It's making me more diverse as an artist. Anyway, what was I talking about? Let's talk about these shoes. They're shoes. Let's move away from the shoes now. I added some gold, and you can very clearly see that there is gold on this design. In his collar, is that what it's called? Yeah, I'm adding gold buttons. That's what's happening here. Some nice gold buttons. And some gold, I don't know what they're called, but they're on his forearm. God, I wish I could remember the name. This is the third time I'm doing this voiceover and I haven't been able to say, or remember or say the name, and I'm losing my mind. But there we go. He has nice hair that is shorter than shoulder length and not a mullet. You're welcome. If there's one thing I can say about this design, I'm gonna say 3 things about it. I am in love with how I shaded that shirt. I think, ooh, what a shirt. What a nicely shaded shirt. Second of all, this cloak, this cape, this coat, you can call it, because it does come with sleeves if you look closely when we get to the end, that they do be sleeves. So that's number 2. And number 3, I think I did a good job with the gold accents. Going back to my previous points where I was using gold in this design to sort of highlight areas that would be sort of like movement, I add a gold rim around the tops of the shoes, around where the knees are. Around the hoops, you see how he has cutouts inside his pants. They get gold hoops. His buttons, his collar, his gold, it helps you see the character. I'm running out of saliva because I'm talking too much. So by the end of this video, I'm either going to drown from my saliva or I'm going to do the opposite. You know, not drowning of saliva. Dehydration? Choking? Maybe. But, you know, there's still some time in this video, so let's see how long it takes me before this video ends up being literally the death of me. Get some nice shading on this cloak. I'm going to call it a cloak, because I can't call it a cape because my brain stops thinking every time I say the word cape. And it takes me 3 seconds to figure out what I'm supposed to say, so I'm stalling. Doing some more shading in a nice teal color that I end up changing to a dark purple later, but the only reason I ended up shading it in the beginning with a teal is because I like to see where I'm adding this color. Did I shade these hands correctly? Not in the slightest. Do I care? A little bit, but I'm gonna look past it. I shaded this hand well. His left hand, your right hand looking at him, shaded pretty well. Me changing it to purple, pretty good. Yep, I did that. Oh, here we go, adding some, this is where I'm adding the gold hoops. Some more gold, so it adds movement, it breaks up the pants and the shoes from the cape, so you can sort of see his movement a bit more. Fixing his eyes, gonna give him a little pupil to make him look alive. He looks like a simp, but what can you do when the inspiration for him is literally a simp, so, oops. This character, from playing with him, there's a few things I've learned about this character. Huge simp, big spoiled baby boy, wah wah. Do I have to say anything more? I think you get the picture. Here we're looking at him. Look at him. Look at him. That's pretty good. I think this is my best work yet. How much time do we left in this video? Okay, so the drawing's gone, and I'm just gonna keep talking. It's not gone for you guys because I'll just make it longer, but I want to talk a little bit more. And what I want to say is thank you, goodbye, drink some water, eat like a piece of bread, and bye guys.